You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
When the criminal justice system is inadequate to solve a dispute, they go to Community Court. All rise for the most Honorable Judge Kenneth Vicarro.
Woo! All right, people. I gotta tell you, I feel like an octopus playing two different drum sets today. Just Junior's been having a fuss. Yep. There he goes. Oh, wow. I don't think we've heard that one from him before.
That was a manly burp, Judge. You should be proud.
That was more of a belch if I've ever heard anything. Well, but you know what? The tentacles I gotta, pay attention to are the ones that hold the gavel and the scales of justice. So let's jump right into it. Today we've got one of the producers of I don't think I've seen this before. Fast and ferocious.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
It's an incredibly famous film franchise. We've made billions of dollars worldwide.
Okay. Well,
you, sir, must live under a rock.
Well, that's one way of putting it. Well, anyway, you're our defendant today, and Mr. Donald Cumberbund.
Hello.
Yes, you are a stunt driver. You were working on the set, and you have a complaint against our producer here, or the producer of Fast and Furious, Mr. Tuxedo Huxtable. So you say that they were giving you perpetual road rage? Is that right?
Well, yes. I'm normally a very well-mannered individual, but ever since shooting has closed, I've needed an outlet for my rage, because that's all the stunts that they wanted from me were rage driving, and now I'm addicted to the rage, and I can't get enough of it.
Look, this is laughable. It's the Fast and the Furious. Mr. Cumberbund, you knew what you were getting into when you signed
Laughable? Is beating my wife laughable?
Oh, my God.
Because that's what I do when we commute in the highway. That's the kind of road rage it gave me.
Well, no, I wouldn't laugh at that. No, domestic violence is funny, but that's not my concern.
Yeah, well, when I'm stuck at a red light, I call my children and I tell them that they're worthless and they're going to grow up to nothing.
Well, my father did that, and look at me.
Yes.
I'm a producer.
Look at you, making everybody else's life worse.
Well, I'm going to step in here, gentlemen, and say this seems like something more for a family disputes court, but lucky for you, I used to work in that kind of realm, and I think we can mediate these issues. So,
and you're a noted family man, Judge.
I don't care what kind of effing man you are.
All right, that's you don't need to use those words in here. Also, you might want to bleep yourself before you abbreviate your curses. Because trust me, I encountered a lot of that in the family disputes court, and I won't tolerate it in this court.
I don't give a shoot what you care.
All right. Hey, you know what? Everybody has a voice and a way of expressing themselves, and we'll open it up today.
Your Honor, I would like to present
yes, Mr. Huxtable.
Mr. Cumberbund's behavior as evidence. I'd like to enter that into evidence.
So would I, actually.
This is the exact reason why we had to push Mr. Cumberbund so far on set, because he's, as he said, normally such a mild-mannered man, that his swearing was so ineffectual, because first he would censor himself, then he would abbreviate himself, and this is not communicating the
All right,
rage.
stop right there, mother trucker.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
So, Mr. Cumberbund, what were the producers and what were they doing to push you? How were they instigating this road rage?
They kidnapped my dog.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes.
And they didn't feed him, and they sent me pictures of him as he was getting malnourished.
Oh my God, that's animal.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have taken so many takes, Mr. Cumberbund.
Well, maybe you should just effing back off my case. And I want my freaking dog back.
Well, it's a little too late for that, Mr. Cumberbund.
Yes, rest in peace, Snorkel.
Wow, this is a real doozy. I've got domestic issues. I've got animal rights issues. I mean, you're lucky that you don't have the Honorable Vanessa Meyer-Smith here, because she would be going haywire.
You're
right
effing
now.
lucky you have a bailiff next to you.
But there it is.
Hey, we're 2 peas in a pod, Judge.
Apparently, yeah. I mean,
Well,
oh boy.
3 peas in a pod,
3
Junior.
peas in a pod, and one's a very small pea. Oh, there he goes again. All right. My gosh. I think I've heard enough, to be honest. Unless either of you has any final statements to make your case.
Well,
Yes,
I would,
Mr.
I
Huxtable.
would just like to point out that Mr. Cumberbund is a stuntman in Hollywood. He is an artist in his craft. And, if you're going to be in the movie industry, you are implicitly agreeing to let the directors push you to get a performance that is needed. And sometimes that pushing can be extreme, but necessary for a wonderful final product that is currently entertaining billions of people worldwide.
We'll see how entertaining it is when I start pushing you.
Is that your final statement? Is that really?
That's
is that
all
what
I
you
need
wanna-
to say, Jack.
That's what. Okay.
Objection, threats of physical violence, Your Honor.
Yeah, I wish. Right. Okay. Well, I find you both in contempt of court, and I find you both guilty of.
Excuse
I've
me.
never done this. I've never found a plaintiff and a defendant guilty. Interestingly enough, not for the reasons that you're here today, but Mr. Huxtable for animal abuse. I have some photos here that you sent to Mr. Cumberbund.
Technically, that is art.
Technically, you're guilty. How about that? And Mr. Cumberbund, I spoke to your wife earlier because she drove you here in order to avoid any, violent circumstances. And she made a case in private, which is technically not legal.
What else did you do in private, huh?
Nothing.
What did that little do to you?
All right. Well, case dismissed.
We now go outside to our outside court reporter, Wilford Taylor, who is with our 2 plaintiff and defendant.
Right. Well, I'm here with you're both guilty. Geez Louise. I mean, you must have really, made the judge angry, Mr. Huxtable. What do you got to say for yourself? How can you justify doing those things to a poor little creature like that?
For my art, sir. Because I am an artist. And my artist, my canvas, are people's emotions. And pushing them to their limit and their breaking point. And so help me God, if I have to murder a dog to do it, I'm going to.
Right. Well, good luck with that. I'm not going to any of your art exhibits, that's for sure. And Mr. Cumberbund, I'm afraid to ask you anything because it looks like you're on the brink of a breakdown.
Okay. Then don't ask me anything.
All right. The end of interview. All right. Well, That'll do it for another day of Community Court.
Give the Wincast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Win blog during the commercial break of a crime that needs to be solved during Truth and Justice. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.